Good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning, and welcome back to my channel. Thank y'all so much for stepping back in. Thank y'all so much for tuning in. For real, y'all, to see what I have to say, because I promise you, it truly does mean the world to me. I'm trying to drop jewels. I'm trying to drop knowledge. I'm telling you, because knowledge is power. And knowing about this company and all the things that they are facilitating around the world, knowing these things can change your life. We have been taught to be scared of investing. We have been taught to be scared of taking a leap of faith. Don't be, y'all. Do not be fooled, okay? But with that being said, we hopping back into what we know, what we here for. Quant Network. Come on, y'all. So, they have secured so many tremendous partnerships around the world. It is mind blowing. Mind blowing. And I'm going to just dive into a few of them. It's going to take videos to get through all of them. I'm just going to dive into a few of them periodically. But today we're going to focus on SIA. Okay? So I'm getting ready to pop on the screen a little collage of just a few of Quant's partners, right? So you see SIA there, but you see several like Oracle. I told you, Oracle 430,000 companies up under them. Does this make sense? Hyperledger. Hyperledger is actually bigger than Ethereum, but people do not know that. Follow me. I got you. You got Pay UK. You got Simba. Follow me because I got a video coming out about Simba. Follow me. Follow me down this journey of Quant. I promise you, you will not be sorry. That's what I mean. When I say follow me, that's what I mean. Follow me down this journey because all roads lead to Quant. I promise you they do. Follow me. All right, here we go. So, I'm going to let my boy Tokenizer take this one off. We talking about SIA and the partnership that they have with Quant.
DLT being rolled out by SIA. So if you haven't watched the initial video, basically SIA is, I guess you could call it the Swift of Europe. And they were involved with a project with a couple Italian banks. And what they were trying to do was to solve interbank reconciliation using the Spunta DLT. You know that Quant has been a partner with SIA for quite some time before this announcement. So basically, the project was a success after Quant got involved. So we're saying that, it's likely that Quant was involved and we're saying that it was a success because of Quant. And then shortly after this announcement, SIA, they have recently merged with a number of other huge payment service providers in Europe. So I'm not going to go into each one of these, but what this means is that this merger is pretty much the entirety of Europe's payment systems, and Quant is partnered with this SIA company or with this merger. So going through SIA's media announcements, there hasn't really been any updates. I think this is something I will need to take a deeper look at. As we know, a lot of things are under NDA. This might be content for another video. We also know that SIA was selected to build the SMIG, the Single Market Infrastructure Gateway. You can think of SMIG as being the back-end infrastructure for all the payments in Europe. So, if Quant is being used as a technology provider for this project, then, it's...
Come on, y'all. Did y'all just hear that? They're literally, like I said, the payment infrastructure for Europe. SIA, that's crazy. Quant is partnered with them. And this is one of the open partnerships, not one that has a non-disclosure agreement associated with it. Follow me. This company is amazing. Okay? So, with that being said, I'm going to kick this off to my boy, Mind Crypto. Man, your constant Quant coverage, I've learned so much from you. I promise you, thank you. Because like I'm telling them, knowledge is power. And you have bestowed upon me so much knowledge. through your quant coverage. I promise you. But with that being said, I'm getting to the video, right? He's going to dive a little bit more into SIA, but he's going to pull it from the Quant Network because they're partnered. Follow me. Follow me.
To operate. Quant is the answer. It's absolutely mad. So if we look here, so we've got SIA partners with Quant Network to explore innovative solutions in blockchain interoperability for banks and financial institutions. SIA, the leading European high-tech company in payment services and infrastructure sector, and Quant Network. As we know, this is looking interesting. The first interoperability test will be executed at R3's Corda and private Ethereum platforms. So if we look here, we see that SIA and R3, Corda R3 partner to accelerate the adoption of blockchain applications by 600 banks and corporate. Then we move over here, we see solution. SDX is a fully integrated issuance, trading, settlement and custody infrastructure for digital assets regulated by FINMA. With Corda, as we've just talked about, SDX integrate digital asset trading, settlement and custody on simple, secure, instantaneous infrastructure. Why Corda enables SDX to facilitate trades on public marketplaces and conduct private transactions peer-to-peer between users. So as we can see, this is all linked up. We've got Corda linked to SDX. We've got SIA connected to R3 Corda. And we've got SIA connected, partnered with Quant Network. It seems to me this is like a web of connections, and the way I see it is that, as I've already said, I don't think these banks want to relinquish too much control, so creating their own. And when we think of Overledger and how that connects everything, the glue between all of this, and well, the proof is in the pudding. You've got to make your own decisions up on what you think. But for me, this is very, very positive because we know what the fundamentals of Quant is and what they're doing. And wow, and we can see the connections as I've just shown you. Madness. Anyhow, this was just a quick video to keep you up to date, give you some ideas.
Come on, did you just hear that? Did you just like 600 banks? It just kept going on and on and on. This is crazy, but it's factual. And Quant Network has their hand all in the mix because without them, it's nothing but them talking to themselves, silos as he calls them, because every blockchain is a silo. But when you incorporate a layer that is truly operable with everything, it makes everything run seamlessly. And that's what Quant brings to every table it sits at with the Overledger. Seamless integration on any level with anything. Follow me. Follow me. So here we go. The next video is actually Quant himself, Mr. Gilbert Verdian, in an interview talking about some of the French banks. And we already know, we just went through SIA. What does SIA over the who? Europe who? Okay, follow me, okay?
Because the customers we're talking to, they've either heard about us and they love the technology. I mean, there was the guy who's head of strategy at a French bank. I went and met him and, it was at a conference that I spoke at, which was Blockchain Live, last month. And I said, hi, I'm Gilbert, we founded Overledger. And he's like, oh, I know Overledger. We love it. I know everything about it. It came up in our research. We want to use it. Can you come to Paris? And so we already have customers that are talking about our technology because they know the benefits that it actually brings to them. Wow. So enterprise, because the customers we're talking to, they've either heard about us and they love the technology. I mean, there was the guy who's head of strategy.
So listen to that. Did you hear that? I'm being for real. Like, this isn't something that isn't happening and taking place right now. It's happening right now. It's crazy, but factual. Quant Network. My God, my God. So here's a little bit more about the financial system of the UK. Because we already know he has the UE, which is the European Union. He has the UK, which is the, United Kingdom. He has the US, which of course is America. He has all of Central America already because we know via what? A LAC chain. We already went over those things. Follow me. He has the AUE. He has the Hong Kong Monetary Authority. Like, this is crazy. He goes to Thailand. It just Australia. It just keeps on coming. It's crazy. Follow me down this rabbit hole because they all lead to Quant. Follow me. Follow me.
City UK. UK confirmed as the world's leading net exporter of financial services, which is absolutely massive. Now, if we move down, we see here banking. The UK banking sector assets totaled $12.4 trillion at the end of the third quarter of 2022, the fifth largest in the world. The UK maintains a globally leading share of a number of financial markets, including 15% of the global total cross-border bank lending in the second quarter of 2022. I'm assuming this is only growing. London is a centre for foreign banks with around 180 foreign banks or branches in the city. Then we read fintech. The UK fintech sector registered record investment of 27.6 billion in 2021, 7 times more than 2020. That's exponential growth. So I can only wonder where we are in 2023. London is considered to have the second best fintech ecosystem globally. As of 2021, there were 1,600 fintech companies in the UK. Currency trading, around twice as many US dollars are traded on the foreign exchange market in the UK than in the US. Overall, the UK has 38.1% of the global total foreign exchange turnover. So this is massive. So looking at banking here, will Quant have access to those trillions of dollars within the banking system if it's connecting everything with its interoperability, but more so tokenization? Tokenization, I believe, is the next thing that's going to happen before the CBDCs, as the institutions start to lay their foundations for the introduction of CBDCs. But first comes the tokenization. So really, really important stuff there, guys. Remembering none of this is financial advice. Again, I'm not a financial advisor. What I'm trying to do is piece together.
And you know, Mind, I honestly agree with you. I believe tokenization of real world assets will come before CBDCs because that's what's going to give the people the reassurance once the big boys start to actually play in that arena. They already did it with the spot Bitcoin ETF, and we already know we have several spot Ethereum ETF applications at the SEC's door right now. So it's definitely coming. But if you follow me on my next video, I dive even deeper into the whole investment thing about tokenizing Wall Street and all of that stuff. But follow me. But back to this and CBDCs. Follow me, right? So the next thing we're going to look at is going to be an interview. And this interview is from the man himself, Mr. Gilbert Verdian. But it's a panel interview, right? There are some pretty big people. You have the Bank of Canada, you have MIT, you have Visa. He's there for Quant Network. This was done, I believe this was EF. No, it's the banker. Okay, this is a banker interview. But just listen, yo, this is just a little bit long. It's about 4 minutes. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to play the first 2 minutes, jump in here, give you a little bit of comedic relief, and then jump back into the last 2 minutes. All right, I'm not going to hold y'all too long with this video, but I just want y'all to really soak in what's being said, all right? Follow me on this. CBDCs are coming, especially here in the US. People don't think, but if you follow me on this, I will prove everything I am saying to you, okay? Follow me down this rabbit hole.
With blockchain, do you think that central bank community is being too cautious, and can these data and privacy issues be resolved?
Thank you, Julian. I completely echo the panelists and what Charlotte also said as well. So my background has been in HMG as well as in private sector. So during the financial crisis, I was at Treasury. And, you know, believe it or not, the UK, we were the first country to look at the Satoshi paper officially as a policy. And that was a few weeks after it was released. And correctively, we concluded very early on that this technology is very early and it's too early to do anything about it. So that was about 13 years ago. Moving on from there, from a practical perspective, I've been running the payment system in the UK at Vocalink, have the hands-on practical experience with a cybersecurity background, and we're looking at this at both sides and using both angles. CBDCs are here. I don't think anyone can argue against that. What we're seeing is a practical policy-led view of CBDCs, and every jurisdiction has different requirements. Some jurisdictions only want wholesale CBDCs, some want retail, and completely agree. The bank does not want consumers and businesses to call them and ask them about a payment delay or some issue. Central banks are just not geared up for that. HMG is not geared up for that, and that relationship always has to stay with the banks and the consumer. From our recent experience on the practical sense, we're actually implementing the retail CBDC in Latin America for 12 countries, and this is really creating the Latin American dollar. It's a way to upgrade the financial infrastructure for these countries to 2022, because most of them are using very old or antiquated methods of settlement and payment rails.
So, you heard that. You hear everything that he's already done, Vocalink and this and that, and it's just insane. But then also know that he's literally working on the Latin American dollar. But there's another video that you're going to eventually see. It will not be today, but he says, hey, I'm doing this, but I'm doing this in Washington, D.C. because this is where it is all taking place at. Remember, I said he works with the Federal Reserve of America. Follow me, because the Latin American dollar is actually pegged to the US dollar. So it'll be the same value as the US dollar. Follow me. And he also says in that same video, it's starting in Latin America, but it will eventually make its way to the US. But follow me. That'll be maybe not this video, maybe another video after this, but it's coming. I promise you, it's insane. But back to Gilbert talking about
antiquated methods of settlement and payment rails. Having digital assets really enables the growth of that economy and the cross-border flow of money and trade across those 12 countries initially, and then we're connecting that up to the US. So we've seen the practical benefit of a retail CBDC to the end user, to the end business, having access to real-time settlement, real-time money, and cross-border flows, which they never had a year or two ago. And the work that we're doing is actually going live in 2023 across Latin America. And our perspective is really, CBDCs are not here to completely turn the financial system upside down. They're here to complement and become an overlay on the existing system. So we will always have real-time payments. We'll always have faster payments and backs and card, and we have all the settlement with the central banks as we do today. But CBDCs give you the ability to do things in a different way, which we couldn't do before. Practically, if you remember, before cards existed, we used to carry checks around and travelers' checks and cash, and that's the way we actually made payments. And now you can carry a card around and you can make payments anywhere in the world, and it's the same process. So what we're going to see is a real evolution of money and the way we transact with money, but with built-in controls, with built-in fraud prevention, and the trust that consumers expect, because they will all expect to have the same resilience, security. I mean, this is national critical infrastructure as the government sees it, and CBDCs will complement and enhance that. And from our perspective, fraud has been an everlasting issue as an industry we've been trying to tackle. But having central bank digital currencies will really allow us to tackle fraud once and for all, and having these controls built in from a policy requirement built into the technology, we can really eliminate the risk that consumers and businesses face.
Listen, y'all just heard that. Y'all literally, even in this video, he actually just said at the very beginning, we're connected it to the US. As a matter of fact, I'll play a little clip of that just so you can hear it right now for yourself. And you're doing what, Gilbert? Connecting it where?
Connecting that up to the US. So
listen to what I'm saying when I'm telling y'all. This is really happening. It's happening right now. Okay? For real, LackChain went live in 2023. That means at the date it went live this year, it's a full year of live. It's a full year of in motion. Now think another year, and I think another year, okay? For real, think about the information that I'm giving you. We've showed you Latin America, which is also America, in this video. We showed you the UK, we showed you the EU, and it's all being facilitated by Quant's interoperability protocols and SATP via the ETIF and the literally TC307 standard that was created. Come on, you guys. The standard was created so that the laws could be built. That was the sole reason why. Because they needed to capitalize on this innovative technology. Follow me, you guys. And with that being said, thank y'all for tapping in. Thank y'all for tuning in. Thank y'all for staying to the end. And if you did stay to the end, give me a big old peace sign. And I appreciate y'all so much. For real. Till next time. Peace out.